Hi, welcome to In a Pickle Knitting Vlogmas Day 2. Today is December 2nd, 2017, and it's Saturday. I'll apologize right off the bat for lighting in the podcast today. I've been in about 5 locations, and this is really the best I've been able to do. It's just bright, and then the sun's going behind clouds, and it gets dark, so hopefully the lighting will be somewhat okay. And I'm feeling a little bit like the Comfy Red Couch Knitting Podcast with Tracy, sitting on my comfy red couch, although this one's probably not as comfy as hers. I'm doing children's literature for the holiday season for Vlogmas, and our second book that I'd like to show you today is The Jolly Christmas Postman. This is by Janet and Alan Alberg. And they wrote a book before this one called The Jolly Postman, which was a big favorite of ours. I find these books, this one and the original Jolly Postman, and I think there's a third one too, but I don't have it, to be so clever. I appreciate cleverness in books for adults and for children. This book can also be appreciated at different levels. I think the adults can find a lot to enjoy that would be past the children, just not their experience level yet, or their historically they wouldn't know about certain things. But there's a lot to find interesting in this book, whether you're a child or an adult. And if you're familiar with the original, it's a smaller book. This is a little bit larger and a little bit easier to access the book than the first one, which is probably about here and here, tiny little book. But the premise of this is it is a postman going through fairy tale land delivering Christmas letters now to the people in his village. And this was published in 1991. And the Jolly Postman visits first Baby Bear from the Three Little Bears. And you'll notice that it looks like an envelope, has postmarks, and everything there is just, you know, very clever with addressing. And Baby Bear gets a Christmas card. So when you turn the page, there's this is an interactive book. It actually has something in each envelope. It's told in verse, so little rhymes take you to the next place, and the next visit is to Miss R. Hood, who is our Little Red Riding Hood, and her letter actually comes from the wolf. So you'll see here, this is from the wolf, and it's actually a little game for her to play. So this is where some of that cleverness comes in, especially if you read the details, which I'm not going to do for you. I wouldn't want to spoil it for you or give anything away. Next, a letter goes to Mr. Humpty Dumpty, and you'll notice it's going to the hospital because he's fallen off that wall. And so cute, he gets an actual puzzle that you can build, because of course he fell into pieces like the puzzle pieces. And then just when you're reading the verse with him getting cracked, that they go into the little verse about calling the doctor, the nurse, and the lady with the alligator purse. Just a lot of cleverness. Next is the gingerbread boy who lives at McVitie. His little house is McVitie House, which of course is a maker of biscuits or cookies, if you will. And you'll see his little house. You'll see his house there, and he actually gets a book in a book. So I won't pull every little thing out. And then the postman has to deliver something to the wolf, who is a changed wolf, and he receives, again, a large fold out with lots of cleverness built in there. And then he's going to make his way to Santa's to deliver some letters. And Santa actually has a letter for the postman, for our good old pal the postman. And I actually took this piece out because this is a large one. It's very interactive. It's an accordion, and when you peek in here, you get a three-dimensional view. So it's a cute little pop open. And then finally, Santa gets in his sleigh and delivers the postman back home, and you see him there relaxing at home. And I'll read you that last little bit a jolly postman, warm and snug, a postman's dog upon the rug, a clock that's chiming in the hall, a Merry Christmas, one and all, the end. So as you see, it's told in verse. So this is our second book for Vlogmas this year, The Jolly Christmas Postman. And if you have children in your life, they would appreciate this. This is something that we had since, since the year that it came out. It's been very popular at our house. So I hope you enjoy this second book, and join me again tomorrow for our third book. Bye-bye.